The investigation. How one diamond cost me my ex account. By The Real Reality Junkie. Dash dash dash. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round. This is the Real Reality Junkie investigative report, and we're going full CSI, social media on this one. How did I, the undefeated, never suspended Queen of Housewives commentary, end up getting banned from X? How did one glittery little diamond bring down an empire built on tea, shade, and sassy retweets? Chapter 1. The scene of the crime. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon, nothing out of the ordinary. I had my iced coffee in one hand, and in the other, well, I had a legendary post ready to set X ablaze. I was in my zone, scrolling, sipping, and, naturally, spilling tea. The housewives were up to their usual antics. Shiny diamonds, dramatic pauses, and a whole lot of side-eye. A perfect target. You see, one housewife in particular had been showing off her diamond, and then promptly dropped it. I'm not just talking about a piece of jewelry, she dropped the ball, the story, and the plot. And, my shady instincts. They couldn't resist. I went in, guns blazing. The only thing shinier than the diamond is the filter on this housewife's career. I thought it was a masterpiece. Oh, and the gif of a raccoon raiding a trash can. Chef's kiss. It was shady, it was funny, and it was dramatic. But little did I know, my dear junkies, that this tweet would be my downfall. Chapter 2. The haters come crawling. Not even 5 minutes later, my notifications started going off like a housewives reunion in full swing. I was getting traction, hundreds of likes, retweets, people dropping their own shady takes. Ah, bliss. But, uh-oh, what's that? Negative comments. There they were. This is out of line. Delete this, you clown. And, of course, bet you wish you could afford a diamond like that. Ouch. Suddenly, the tide had turned, and the haters were here in full force, armed with their pitchfork emojis and angry gifs. Clearly, the housewives fan army had rallied their troops. Maybe it was because I had taken things too far, or maybe someone didn't have their emotional support glass of wine that day. Either way, it was on. Chapter 3. The suspension heard round the world. I was out enjoying my shady glory when, out of nowhere, bam! A pop-up notification that hit harder than a housewife's table flip. You're suspended. Me, suspended? Nah, there had to be a mistake. But there it was, big, bold, and extremely real. Apparently, X or the powers that be didn't like my diamond drama. Or maybe it was all the reporting the housewives fans had done. I knew the housewives could stir up trouble, but I didn't realize their influence stretched this far. My masterpiece of shade, now in the social media trash bin. My account, locked down tighter than a Beverly Hills Botox budget. And all because I dared to suggest that one of the housewives' diamonds was less like a sparkle and more like a desperate cry for help. Chapter 4. The investigation begins. Now, let's get to the heart of this investigation. What really went down? After replaying events in my mind like a dramatic housewives flashback, I realized there were several suspects. The diamond dropper. Clearly, she wasn't a fan of me pointing out that her idea of luxury was more cubic zirconia than Tiffany & Company. Did she send her PR army after me? Did she report me from her perfectly filtered penthouse? The rabid fanbase. You know the type. Furious fingers, ready to type, report, at the slightest shade on their favorite housewife. One wrong gif and they're sending you to social media jail faster than you can say, who's paying for this dinner? The algorithm gods, X, ever watching, decided my cocktail of snark, diamond shade, and petty gifs was just too spicy. I guess. Even algorithms have their limits. Chapter 5. Aftermath and Reflections. After extensive investigation, and several cups of stress tea, I've reached a conclusion. Housewives and diamonds may be a girl's best friend, but they're no friend of shady tweets. The Real Reality Junkie was, and still is, about keeping it real. And the truth is, realness sometimes comes with consequences, like a suspension. But let's be honest. You didn't come here for mild takes or gentle musings. You came for the tea, the drama, the shade. And you know I'm bringing that, whether X likes it or not. Yes, I may have been knocked down, but like every good housewife storyline, the comeback is always better. And trust, I'm coming back with more heat, more humor, and maybe, just maybe, a little less diamond shade. Conclusion. What have we learned? The investigation has shown us one undeniable truth. You can't handle reality if you're scared of a little glitter being thrown at you. My suspension was dramatic, funny, in hindsight, and honestly Kind of iconic. So here's my promise to you. When I get back on X, I'll be ready. I'll be even funnier, even shadier, and definitely armed with a few more unbreakable comebacks. Because at the end of the day, you can suspend the real reality junkie, but you can never suspend my tea spilling spirit. Stay tuned, stay shady, and remember, just because you're wearing diamonds doesn't mean you should throw them at me. Or, well, maybe do, but don't get mad when I duck and tweet about it.